Good morning everyone. This is Shankar Raju, Department of Triple E from DBS Institute of Technology, Kavali. Today we are starting 5th unit, Control of Synchronous Motors. In that I am explain about synchronous motor drives. Synchronous motors have two windings. One on the stator is three-phase armature winding and the other on the rotor is the field winding. The three-phase winding on its stator is similar to the three-phase winding to the stator of a three-phase induction motor. Field winding is excited with DC and it provides its own magnetomotive force called field magnetomotive force. Three-phase stator winding carrying three-phase balanced currents creates its own rotating armature magnetomotive force. The two magnetomotive force combine together to provide resultant magnetomotive force. The field magnetomotive force interact with the resultant magnetomotive force to produce electromagnetic torque. A synchronous motor runs always with zero slip. Power factor of synchronous motors can be controlled by varying its field current. For the speed of control of synchronous motors, both inverter and cycloconverters are employed. The various types of synchronous motors are cylindrical rotor motor, salient pole motors, reluctance motors, permanent magnet motors. First one, cylindrical rotor motors. These motors have uniform area. The per phase equivalent circuit for a cylindrical rotor synchronous motor is given in figure A. In the circuit, EMF E suffix F is equal excitation voltage, Vt is equal armature terminal voltage, Ra is equal armature resistance, Xs is equal synchronous reactance, then Zs is equal square root of Ra square plus Xs square is equal synchronous impedance. It is seen from the equivalent circuit. Vt is equal to IaRa plus Ia into Xs plus Ef. From figure A, Vt is equal to Ef plus Ia into Zs, or Ia is equal to Vt minus Ef divided by Zs is equal to Vt by Zs minus Ef by Zs. This is equation 1. From equation 1 shows that armature current Ia is the difference of two currents, Vt by Zs minus Ef by Zs, lagging behind their respective voltages by impedance angle theta z as shown in figure. Figure B. Here impedance angle is given by theta z is equal tan inverse of Xs by Ra. Power input to the motor is given by PIM is equal to Vt into component of Ia in phase with Vt. In the above equation, subscripts I and M denote input and motor. It is seen from equation 1 and figure B that the component of Ia in phase with Vt is Vt by Zs into cos theta Z minus Ef by Zs into cos of delta plus theta Z. Substitute Ia value in the above equation, we get PIM is equal to Vt into Vt by Zs into cos theta Z minus Ef by Zs into cos of delta plus theta Z. Then Vt square by Zs into cos theta Z minus Ef into Vt by Zs into cos of delta plus theta Z. This is equation 2. Now cos theta Z is equal to Ra by Zs and theta Z is equal to 90 minus alpha Z. Substituting these equations, these values in equation 2, we get PIM is equal to Ef into Vt by Zs into sin delta minus alpha Z plus Vt square by Zs whole square into Ra. This is equation 3. Power output from the motor POM is equal to Ef into component of Ia in phase with Ef. It can be proved similarly that POM is equal to Ef by Vt, Ef into Vt divided by Zs into sin of delta plus alpha Z minus Ef square divided by Z square into Ra. This is equation number 4. Here POM is the developed power and shaft power is equal to POM minus rotational losses. Then developed torque T is equal to POM by omega s is equal to 1 by omega s into Ef into Vt by Zs sin of delta plus alpha Z minus Ef square divided by Z square into Ra. This is equation number 5. If armature resistance is neglected, then Ra is equal to 0, Zs is equal to Xs. These values are substituted in equation 2 and equation 4 and also develop torque. Then we get PIM is equal to POM is equal to Ef into Vt by Zs into sin delta. This is equation number 5. And torque T is equal to 1 by omega s into Ef into Vt by Zs into sin delta. This is equation number 6, where Ws is equal to 4 pi f divided by p. This is synchronous speed in radian per second, where delta is equal to load or power angle. The torque versus load angle characteristics for a cylindrical rotor synchronous motor is shown in figure C. For stable operation of synchronous motor, the load angle delta should never exceed 90 degrees. Power factor of a synchronous motor depends on the field current. The variation of armature current with respect to field current for different loads on the synchronous motor is shown in figure D. As the shape of these curves are look like V, so these are named as V curves of a synchronous motor. Unity power factor curve shows dotted line for low values of field current. For low values of field current, synchronous motor operates at lagging power factor. as the field current is increased, it would start operating at unity power factor. If the field current is still increased beyond the unity power factor, synchronous motor begins to operate at a leading power factor. The power given by equations 4, 5 and 6, we have per phase values. For delta is equal to 90 degrees, pull out power P maximum and pull out torque TE maximum are P maximum is equal to EF into VT by XS, equation number 7, and torque TM is equal to 1 by omega S into EF into VT by XS in equation number 8. For fixed field excitation, the excitation EMF is directly proportional to supply frequency. The synchronous reactance XS is also directly proportional to frequency. This shows that EF by XS in the above equations is independent of frequency variation. If supply voltage VT is varied in proportional to frequency, so that Vt by omega S is constant, then pull out torque in equations remains constant. This is the constant torque region, this is the constant power region. Thank you.